What's up, guys? Today I am inside of my glass room because I want to talk to you guys about the cheapest grow lights on a budget that I have been using for many years. I used these last year. Right now I have some peppers sitting underneath them, but I'm about to bring them outside into the hoop house, but I used them all last year before I had my hoop house. I'm still using them some this year, and then I also have used them in the past when we used to have a old garden out in our old house. So right now I have them just kind of propped up on two boxes because I didn't want to get the strings out and hang them because I knew I wasn't going to be growing lots of seedlings on here. But this is the light. It comes from Walmart. It is about $15, and I'll turn you. It is a 5,000 lumen 4-foot LED shop light, and last year I just hooked them to the bottom of my shelves and then grew my starts, but I've grown them also without hanging them, like in our RV. Even when we lived in our RV and I wanted to start plants, and when I thought we were going to end up closing on a house while garden season was happening, I started a bunch of plants, and I actually just propped it up underneath my RV dinette and grew seedlings that way. So if you don't have a space or like a shelving unit like I have, you can definitely prop it up underneath your dining room table or something like that and grow plants that way. I want to say if they do not have the one that has 5,000 lumen, they also have one that has 35 lumen, and I have definitely used that one in the past as well. It's just not as strong or bright, and so your plants won't grow as much as they would with 5,000 lumens, but the 35 lumens I have definitely used as well. Right now I only have 6 of these. But last year when I was had all of my 2 shelves filled up, I had probably close to 20 of these. I have definitely gave away a lot of them just for, because I think they're a perfect grow light and budget friendly, kind of in everybody's budget who is just starting out and doesn't want to invest in like maybe $100 grow light or can't grow outside, or just growing on their windowsill. A $15 shop light propped up like I have. If you don't have, the shelving, just put a box. They don't get hot, so they're not going to burn anything like that. Will definitely help you grow some indoor plants. Right now, these are the peppers that I had sitting underneath them because it was, when I started these, it was still getting pretty cold at nighttime. And so I've just been looking at the names of each sweet pepper. These are all sweet pepper plants because these are the plants that I started and then my cat squished, and so they did all get mixed up. And so I'm not exactly 100% sure of the varieties, but I kind of just, if they were in that row, kind of just assumed that that's what they were. But the cats definitely mixed up some seeds, and so there are definitely going to be some varieties in here that are labeled with a certain type, and it's not going to be that. But what I was doing was going around and seeing any variety that only had 1 or 2. And if I wanted to grow more of that, I was taking out the seeds because we're about to head out to the hoop house. I am going to bring these peppers out to the hoop house right now. I have my hot peppers out there and my tomatoes, and they've been doing fine and growing great, really big and lush. But I've had these sitting underneath the light, the grow light, and I just wanted to show you guys that you can definitely, invest $15 in one grow light and grow lots of baby plants underneath there, and you don't have to sacrifice having leggy plants or anything like that. So these are the seedlings that I am going to bring out there with me. Which reminds me, thank you all of you guys who sent me seeds when my seeds got destroyed and messed up. I actually do not know if these seeds are going to germinate because these are all the peppers that got wet. I did sit them out in that video and let them dry inside of this glass room, but I actually have no idea if they're going to sprout or not. But a few of you did send me some seeds, and that was so kind of you guys, so I want to say thank you to that. But we are going to try and see if these seeds germinate that are in the package. The ones that are in these plastic, I know they'll be fine because they weren't wet, and I'm going to probably plant a whole tray, probably 72, because this is California Wonder pepper, and that's a pretty common pepper. And I'm thinking about, if I decide to do a plant sale, I would love to just have like a regular pepper that is everybody knows about, because a lot of the peppers I have are specialty plants and not a lot of people know all about the different varieties. And so I want to have just like a basic pepper plant, and I'm glad like that's not one that got wet. But we are going to try this together and see. None of them sprouted, so I know that because I did check inside of them, but a lot of them, the writing left and the packaging got destroyed. So we shall see. If none of them sprout, then I know that I'll have to just try and save seeds from the plants that I have planted this year. And if none of that particular variety germinated or sprouted, then I'll have to buy new plants or new seedlings over this next year to replace my pepper, what is this called? Pepper stack? Pepper seeds? I don't know. And then also my determinate tomatoes. I don't know if those are going to germinate either, because I had already had those planted and I'm not planting those again. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I did come out to the hoop house just to double check that I didn't, I knew that I replanted some peppers in here, some sweet peppers, but I wasn't exactly sure of the varieties. When I planted, what were these, cherry tomatoes the other day, I went ahead and planted, I didn't have a full tray of it, and so I planted some sweet peppers as well. So I'll turn you around and show you which ones I planted. So this is my cherry tomato tray, and happy to report there are some sprouts already, but then down 3, 6, or 4, 8, 9, 12, these 12 tags right here, these are all sweet peppers that I was not sure if they germinated, or maybe, you know, actually there's 2 spicy ones, an early jalapeno and a serrano. But the other 10 are all sweet peppers that I just wasn't sure if germinated. And so I did plant some more of those. With the California Wonder, like I said, I am actually just going to go ahead and plant a whole tray of those. Or if I use one of these, I'll plant probably half the tray with the California Wonder pepper. This was the tray that I was talking about that got ruined by my cats. And actually, there are some sprouts in here that are gonna come up, so they're gonna actually be mystery sprouts. I know that they'll be sweet peppers because just this section right here is spicy peppers. And so I'll have probably about 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like about 5 mystery sweet peppers that are germinating after the fact, after I potted them all to there. So I just quickly made some soil blocks. They're not perfect or by any means. I just did them really quickly and I was kind of rushing, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to start writing the tags down. I did decide that I think this whole side, each soil block is like 20. So at 20, 40, 60, probably 80 will just be bell peppers, and then the rest will be the other peppers. And I'll probably do 1 row of each one. So that would be 5 peppers, and then see if they germinate. I am going to put them inside my house underneath a heat mat because I want these to germinate as fast as possible. Actually, I could probably now leave them inside of this hoop house because I just realized this is the week that, or the next 10 days, there's like 4 days that's going to be in the mid 80s and sunny and all of that. So actually they might have a better chance of germinating out here. And I just want them to germinate as fast as possible because peppers already take about 3 weeks to germinate. And I don't want to wait that long to figure out if my peppers are not going to germinate, because like I said, these are the seeds that got wet. So if they're not going to germinate, then I want to know as soon as possible, especially for the California Wonder Pepper, because most of those seeds I got from Dollar Tree. And so if they're not going to germinate, I can just easily go to Dollar Tree and get another pack of California Wonder Peppers, so that way I can start them and probably use them for a plant sale if I decide to in the future. I also want to say that, I can see my daughter back there. I also want to say that if you are new to starting, Nehemiah, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I thought I'd come in the greenhouse. You can come. If you are new to germinating plants or seedlings or starting seedlings, then you don't have to have the grow light while you're just beginning starting seedlings. They mostly just need heat if they are like spring or summer crops. But then once they germinate, that is when they need the light. So I've definitely just like sometimes in the past covered in like those little domes that they use to like keep it moist and warm in there. I've kind of used saran wrap and wrapped trays up before, and then when I saw them germinating, then I like quickly took it off and then sat them under green lights. And so just so you know, you don't need grow lights until your plants have germinated. Okay, so I ended up adding an extra soil block so that I have 80 California Wonder, 20 jalapeno, because I figure jalapeno is another easy one that very common that people like to grow. So, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. There was a dog hair attached to that soil block. Okay, I'll just add another seed there. So yeah, jalapeno is another easy one that people are familiar with. And so this is 20 jalapeno and then the one row of all the other sweet pepper kinds. So I'm gonna go ahead and mist this with water just because the soil isn't super damp. Did I say I was going to mist that with soil? I don't know, but if I did, I meant mist it with water, and then I'm going to leave it in here. So I'm happy to have that done. We're on a roll today. So another thing that was on my list to do today, I started all of these brassicas. And right now they're all mixed up because they kind of slid apart. Like I know like these are still the red cabbage because they're, you know, the stems are red and the leafing. But then the rest of them, I have no idea what they are. I know that, so this is the red Brussels sprout because, again, they have the red and it's behind the red Brussels sprout and it's only 2 of those. But the rest of them, they kind of all look alike. Good thing this is in this tray, so this is a purple cauliflower, and I'll know those are all purple cauliflower because they have the purple hue on them. But anything else that's just like regular cauliflower leaves do look a little different than broccoli. But if it's a cauliflower or a broccoli, I won't know the variety because they kind of, unless it's already in there, because they kind of got all mixed up. But I do have some kale in here, some cabbages, some Brussels sprouts. I also have some collards, and so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to sit these out in these forever garden beds. These beds are 2 feet by 8 feet long, and I think that's where this is where I'm going to plant these brassicas at, and kind of just have a mish and mash because I won't know what they are, like I said. But it's definitely time to get them out. They have been sitting out here, and so they are acclimated to the sun. I think I started them inside of my hoop house. Maybe I started them inside. I'm not really sure. No, I started them in my hoop house, and they've been in there the whole time, but then I brought them out here maybe a week ago, and so they should be nice and ready to go in the ground. I am going to pull the paper off, the little, let's see if I can show you on one of them. They have this little plastic around it, and I am going to pull that off before I plant them. You don't have to because you can see that the roots are definitely growing through it, and sometimes there's actually 3 seedlings here. Sometimes I don't pull them off, and then at the end of the season when it's time to pull the whole plant out, I just pull it out and then the wrapper comes with it. It doesn't disintegrate or anything like that. I've always, when I've been lazy and just wanted to plant the whole thing, I planted it and then at the end of the season just pulled it out and it's still there. So, and it doesn't affect the growth or anything because the roots will grow through that mesh. So I had to use all of my brain power, but I did get all of the brassicas spaced out, so I kind of planted them in a box, so 2, and then 1 in the middle. So there's 17 plants in here. Then this bed is a 2 by 3, so I planted a box as well. So there's 3, 6, there's 8 plants in here, which is a little less than a square foot per brassica, but some of these are kales, and so I wasn't expecting them to grow super big. Same thing with here. These are actually all red cabbages, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no. There's one plant here that didn't have a tag. I didn't know what it was. And then this one, I just wanted to give it a chance, even though it doesn't look like it's going to make it. But the rest are red cabbages. And then I have this whole bed spaced out, actually. Nope, that's not right. I'll have to fix that one. That one's not evenly spaced. So basically there's 1, 2, and then one down here. 3 2x8 beds filled with brassicas, and then 2 2x3 beds. And I am going to work on getting them planted. Some of them I did break apart. As you can see here, some of them I took the wrapper off, and then I still have some more that I need to take the wrapper off. But I'm going to go ahead and quickly try to get this done because I think it is supposed to rain today. It is really cloudy, so I want to hurry up, get this done, and get back inside. Oh, are you trying to show me something? Oh, I didn't see it. Good job. Yeah, good job, Nehemiah. How do you stop? How do you stop yourself? You just crash? Oh no. Are you okay? Okay.
Can you get me another bike? Because my other bike is not working.
Oh, yeah?
Mine, can you get me another bike after you finish that?
Oh, not after I finish this.
Can you just get another bike when you, wait, I'm done with the diving.
I feel like I could do a happy dance now that all of these brassicas are planted. Just did the last bed, and now they can be left to grow. I am done with outside for right now. I'm hot. It's getting hot. I need to clean my fingers. I'm not going to water these in just right now, just because it is supposed to rain. But if it doesn't rain, then I will come back out here later today and water them in. But for now, I'm going to wait for the rain. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys do invest in some good grow lights to start your seedlings. I know I'm ahead of a lot of people. I'm probably 6 weeks away, so a lot of you are just getting started with like 8 weeks, so peppers and stuff like that. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.